Hello, and welcome to the Imperfection Wellness Podcast. I'm your host, Scott Posley, and today we are talking about two transformative tools in your wellness journey. Those are affirmations and gratitude. These great mindset shifters, and that's what I call them, mindset shifters, they're powerful practices that can help you navigate life's challenges, connecting you with your true self, creating a more balanced and fulfilling life. And before we begin, head over to imperfectionwellness.com to download your free copy of Posley's Paradigm. This book is your roadmap and guide to separating from egoic thought patterns that say we're less than, or better than, or can't do it, or we're not good enough. And the paradigm is to help us all reconnect with our inner truth, embrace practices, and literally give us a roadmap of coming back to being able to live more authentically. And today we're talking about the 9th concept in the paradigm, kind of a shared concept because it's two concepts in one, affirmations and gratitude. But let's get started. And think about those times in life where you feel overwhelmed, you have emotions like sadness, frustration, fear, and it can pull us into what I call the rabbit hole of despair. Now, let's be clear, it's normal to have these feelings and emotions, and I want to underscore that it's important and necessary to feel your feelings, to feel your emotions, to have them. Let them come to the surface. We want to stop numbing ourselves and suppressing these feelings and emotions. We want to stop saying, oh, I shouldn't feel that way. But you do. So instead of pushing it down, have it, feel it, let it pass, breathe through the discomfort. Because the key is we are not our feelings and our emotions. We're not. We have them, but we are not them. They are definitely experiences we go through, but they are not the definitions of who we are. This is where affirmations and gratitude come in. They are mindset shifters. And I say they're mindset shifters because sometimes we can get pulled down into this place of negativity and overwhelm as we're having these feelings and emotions. But when we practice gratitude and affirmations, it shifts our mindset back into, okay, while I'm feeling this, I still know that I'm grounded. My foundation is strong. I'm going to be okay. And so that's why I use the term mindset shifters. And again, these tools are not meant to suppress or erase difficult feelings. Instead, they help us hold space for them without getting stuck or going down to that pit of despair and overwhelm. Think of affirmations as reminders of your worth and strength, while gratitude shifts your focus to the abundance already present in your life. Together, they act like a compass, gently guiding you back to the present moment, helping you navigate even the toughest days. Most importantly, affirmations and gratitude aren't just abstract, feel-good ideas. They're grounded in scientific research, and today we'll explore some of the studies that support these powerful practices. But let's begin by talking about affirmations, what they are, why they work, and how you can use them to reshape your mindset. I think of affirmations like positively worded statements that we say to ourselves to reinforce certain beliefs, values, and attributes. They're like mental reminders or declarations, affirming qualities or truths we want to strengthen within us. And while they're simple in practice, affirmations can significantly impact how we see ourselves and how we interact with the world. And this makes them a powerful tool for personal growth, self-compassion, and resilience. And again, there's science behind this. Affirmations aren't just positive thinking or self-talk. They're rooted in psychological science. Research shows that affirmations have the power to shape our brains, changing how we perceive ourselves and our environment. One study published in Social Cognitive and Affective Neuroscience found that self-affirmations activate the brain's reward centers, particularly an area linked to self-evaluation and self-worth. Another study published in Personality and Social Psychological Bulletin explored how affirmations help individuals respond more effectively to perceived threats. Researchers found that affirmations buffered participants against stress by enhancing their resilience and reinforcing their self-worth. This research suggests that affirmations are not simply feel-good exercises, but they can actually provide a real, measurable buffer against challenges, helping us to maintain equilibrium even under strain. So how do they work on the mind? Well, they work by altering the neural pathways in our brain, helping us replace old negative thought patterns with new positive ones. And this is being studied. It's a phenomenon known as neuroplasticity, and it's the brain's ability to reorganize itself, forming new neural connections. And we do this throughout our life. When we repeat affirmations consistently, we are in effect training our brain to think in ways that support our mental and emotional well-being. For example, consider someone who thinks, "I'm not good enough." Each time this thought occurs, it reinforces a neural pathway associated with self-doubt. However, if a person begins to replace that thought with an affirmation like, "I am enough, I can do this," over time, the new positive thought begins to weaken the old pathway. Eventually, the brain starts defaulting to this new supportive thought, and that strengthens our self-image. The beauty of this process is that even if we don't fully believe our affirmation at first, with repetition, it can still reshape our thinking. And that's why sometimes people say, "Fake it till you make it." The brain doesn't differentiate between reality and imagination. So simply saying an affirmation enough times can make it real in terms of those neural connections. And you can think of affirmations differently. They can be tailored to focus on various areas of personal growth, from self-worth and confidence to resilience and compassion. And here's a couple different types of affirmations, and each of them kind of serve their own purpose. Self-worth affirmations. These affirmations remind us of our inherent value, independent of what we achieve or possess. Examples like, "I am worthy of love and respect. I am enough just as I am. I bring value to this world." And some people can say, "Well, that sounds hokey." It's reshaping what we think about ourselves, and it brings us to a stronger place. That's why we do it. Which ties into the next one, confidence affirmations. These are used to reinforce our belief in our abilities and our qualities, especially helpful when we're taking on new challenges. Examples include, "I am capable of overcoming any challenge. I trust in my skills and talents. I approach new opportunities with confidence." We also have resilience affirmations. This helps us build our inner strength, reminding us that we can handle adversity and grow through difficult experiences, such as, "I have the strength to rise above this obstacle." "Every setback is an opportunity for growth." Or, "I am resilient and I can handle what comes my way." And then lastly, self-compassion affirmations. They foster a kinder, gentler approach to our mistakes or our imperfections, such as, "I'm allowed to make mistakes and learn from them." Or, "I treat myself with patience and kindness." And finally, "I release judgment and accept myself fully." I always try to word affirmations in the present tense. I don't use words like can't, shouldn't, don't, won't. I want to reinforce the qualities I want to embody now, not something in the future. And when you frame affirmations this way, we're training our minds to embrace these qualities as truths, which therefore grounds us in the present moment. One of my foundational affirmations is what I call the paradigm affirmation. It's what I tell people to use if they're not sure what kind of an affirmation they want. I was talking to a friend one day, and they said to me, "I don't know what affirmation. I don't even know where to start." And I said, "Use the paradigm affirmation. It's 4 simple, powerful statements. I am beautiful. I am strong. I am worth it. I am enough." And I'll say it one more time. I am beautiful. I am strong. I am worth it. I am enough. These simple statements touch on essential truths that are true for everybody. Inner and outer beauty, resilience, worthiness, and self-acceptance. And there have been times in my life, particularly during periods of self-doubt, when saying these affirmations has felt almost forced or hollow. And that's because my ego was driving and I didn't feel them. But I knew that they were 100% true Because when I'm identified as self beyond my ego, and I call that true self, it's in those moments that I know that that statement is true. And I know that the repetition was helping to reshape my mind. So say it to yourself right now. I'm beautiful. I'm strong. I'm worth it. I'm enough. You might not feel it immediately because, again, your ego's probably driving. But when we go beyond ego, we know that there's truth in those 4 statements. Affirmations are not about vanity or shallow self-praise. They're about acknowledging our qualities that our ego may overlook or undermine or try to sabotage. The ego often creates narratives that emphasize inadequacy or fear. But that true self, that part of us that goes beyond ego, knows our worth, knows our potential. And affirmations help us connect with this deeper, wiser part of ourselves. By saying the paradigm affirmation, I'm beautiful, I'm strong, I'm worth it, I'm enough, we're speaking from a place that transcends societal judgments, external achievements, or ego-driven desires. It's about embracing an inner sense of wholeness and worth that doesn't waver, that doesn't change with circumstances. So if you're going to start with affirmations, start with simplicity. Choose 1 or 2 that resonate with you. Don't worry about changing it every day or having a long list. Consistency is much more powerful than any quantity you could have. Also say them out loud. Say them out loud in front of a mirror. It can create a stronger connection. Speaking the words engages more senses, making them feel more real and impactful. And if you want, write them down. You can journal affirmations, and that's another way to reinforce them. Writing creates a physical connection and adds another layer of commitment. And additionally, you can pair with visualization. Picture yourself embodying your affirmation. If you say, I am resilient, imagine a time when you overcame a challenge. It adds emotional weight and it strengthens the affirmation. And then practice consistently. Like any habit, affirmations grow when they're repeated. Aim to say or write them daily for a few minutes, or put a little note on your mirror. And as you're brushing your teeth, whatever your affirmation is, and let's say it's the paradigm affirmation, say it to yourself. Say it as you're brushing your teeth, as you're washing your hands, every morning and every night. Try it for a week or 2 and see how it feels. Affirmations are linked to several well-being benefits, and this includes increased self-esteem, reduced stress, and improved performance. And in addition to reducing stress responses, affirmations can serve as a form of mental hygiene, helping us maintain a positive outlook and building that resilience over time. They're not a cure-all, but they're a great tool in our mental wellness toolkit. And look at athletes. Athletes and performers often use affirmations to boost their confidence before high-pressure situations. By saying affirmations like, I am prepared and capable, I can do this, they're setting themselves up to feel calm and focused. And in educational settings, students who use affirmations about their capabilities often see improved focus and reduced test anxiety, showing that these tools are valuable across all different contexts. And I think of affirmations being a big part of a holistic approach to our mental health and well-being. They work in concert with other practices like gratitude and meditation to help us live more authentically, grounded in present moment, and connected to that true self that's free of ego. So start incorporating affirmations into your life. Start small, just be consistent, and embrace this journey of reshaping your mind towards compassion and resilience. And just remember, affirmations don't eliminate struggles. They give us the tools to meet them with strength, clarity, and a little bit of grace, while giving us that adaptation energy, that resiliency, that ability to continue going. Affirmations are so powerful, but their true impact comes from consistent practice and an openness to exploring your authentic self. And whether you're beginning with the I am strong or I am enough, or whatever, I am resilient, or I can do this. Each affirmation is a step closer to embracing the unique value you bring to the world. So remember that. And now that we've explored affirmations, let's turn to gratitude. And while affirmations help you connect with your inner worth, gratitude shifts your focus outward, helping you recognize the abundance and beauty that is already present in your life. Now, let's be clear, gratitude is not about ignoring hardships. It's not pretending everything is perfect. It's about noticing the good within the midst of challenges, within the midst of difficulty. Gratitude is quite powerful and transformative. And it's the feeling of appreciation for the people, things, and experiences in our lives. And gratitude is more than just saying thank you or acknowledging what we have. It's about genuinely recognizing the goodness in our lives and understanding that it comes from external sources or effort beyond ourselves. Gratitude allows us to shift our focus. Remember that mindset shifter, shifting our focus from what's lacking to what is already present. That's the gift of gratitude. And this creates a deeper sense of connection with the world around us and a more positive outlook on life, allowing us to feel our feelings and emotions, allowing ourselves to have those tough moments, knowing that there's also a lot of good still going on in our lives. And just like with affirmations, there's a lot of science and research being done on gratitude. And it's really exploded in recent decades, revealing its incredible benefits for both mental and physical health. A growing body of evidence shows that cultivating gratitude can have profound effects on our well-being, from improving sleep and increasing happiness to reducing anxiety and depression. A well-known figure in gratitude research is Dr. Robert Emmons, and he's a professor of psychology at the University of California, Davis, and his work has been foundational in showing how gratitude is more than just a feel-good emotion. It's a critical tool for enhancing our mental well-being. And in a study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, he and his colleague, Michael McCullough, divided participants into 3 groups. One group was asked to keep a daily journal of things they were grateful for. Another group documented daily hassles. And a third group wrote about neutral events. And after 10 weeks, the participants who practiced gratitude reported feeling more optimistic and were more physically active than those in the other groups. So, while this is but one study, it did show that gratitude can shift our focus from what's wrong in our lives to what's going right. Another important finding is that gratitude is associated with increased levels of dopamine, and that's that feel-good hormone. And this neurotransmitter plays a significant role in how we experience pleasure and reward. When we focus on things we're grateful for, dopamine is released, and this creates a sense of happiness and satisfaction. It's no surprise, then, that practicing gratitude has been shown to reduce the impact of stress and improves overall mental health. There was a 2015 study published in Psychological Science, and it found that participants who practiced gratitude had better sleep quality and were more resilient in stressful situations. Furthermore, gratitude is linked to improved relationships. And it makes sense. When we express appreciation for each other, we foster stronger connections, trust, and empathy. Additionally, when we practice gratitude, it has tangible effects on the brain. As mentioned, dopamine and other feel-good chemicals like serotonin are released, and this creates a sense of joy and satisfaction. But beyond the chemical reaction, gratitude also helps rewire the brain. Neuroscientific research shows that focusing on gratitude activates the brain's prefrontal cortex, and this is responsible for decision-making, emotional regulation, social behavior, what have you. This part of the brain becomes more active when we consciously focus on positive thoughts, training our brains to be more attuned to the good in our lives. And there was a study published in Frontiers in Psychology which found that gratitude practices help reduce the activity in the amygdala. And the amygdala is the part of the brain responsible for fear and stress responses. So by calming the amygdala, gratitude can help reduce anxiety and create a more peaceful, balanced emotional state. What's truly fascinating is that the benefits of gratitude are cumulative. The more we practice it, the more we train our brain to experience gratitude naturally. And this is similar to how exercising a muscle increases its strength over time. With regular practice, we can develop a more positive outlook and become more mindful of the things we have rather than what we lack. Over time, gratitude rewires our brain to notice the positive in our daily lives, shifting our perspective in ways that supports emotional well-being. One of the most profound ways gratitude impacts our lives is through its connection to mental health. In a world where mental health issues like anxiety and depression are increasingly prevalent, gratitude offers a simple but powerful antidote. Regular gratitude practice helps counteract negative thought patterns that can lead to mental health struggles. And there was a study conducted at the University of California, Berkeley, which found that gratitude can significantly improve emotional regulation and reduce feelings of depression and anxiety. Participants who practiced gratitude by writing down 3 things they were grateful for each day reported fewer symptoms of depression and increased happiness after just 3 weeks. And again, it makes sense because gratitude fosters positive thinking, which combats the tendency to ruminate on negative thoughts on what we don't have. When we feel grateful, we're less likely to dwell on what's going wrong in our lives. Instead, we focus on what's going right, shifting our mindset from a place of lack or scarcity to plenty, to abundance. And this shift is crucial because negative thinking patterns are often at the core of anxiety and depression. For those struggling with chronic stress, gratitude can also serve as a powerful coping mechanism. When we're stressed, our brains often focus on the problem at hand, which can escalate feelings of helplessness. But by consciously practicing gratitude, we shift our focus away from the stressor, and it breaks the cycle of negativity. This process not only helps reduce stress, but also promotes emotional resilience. This allows us to handle life's challenges with more clarity and calm. So bringing gratitude into daily life, how do we practice it? Well, the benefits are clear, and many people struggle with knowing how to incorporate it into their daily routines. But thankfully, it's a practice that anyone can cultivate. And here's a few simple ways. 1, keep a gratitude journal. Write down a few things you're grateful for each day is one of the simplest and most effective gratitude practices. You don't need to write pages. Just list 2 or 3 things you're grateful for, no matter how big or how small. It can be as simple as, I'm grateful for the warm cup of coffee I had this morning. 2, practice gratitude in the moment. Instead of waiting until the end of the day to reflect, take a moment throughout your day to feel gratitude. Something as simple as appreciating the beauty of a sunset, the sound of laughter, or working with a coworker. The key is to stay present and recognize the small moments of goodness around you. 3, express gratitude to others. Taking the time to express gratitude to the people in your life can have profound impacts on your relationships. Whether it's thanking a coworker for their help or sending a note to a loved one, expressing appreciation fosters connection and goodwill. And studies show that gratitude is contagious. So when you express your thanks, it encourages others to do the same. 4, reflect on challenges and growth. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring difficulties. In fact, some of the most meaningful gratitude practices arise from recognizing how challenges have helped us grow. Reflecting on how hardships have shaped you can shift your perspectives from what you've lost to what you've gained. For example, instead of focusing on a difficult year, you might choose to be grateful for the resilience, wisdom, and strength you developed as a result. And then 5, be grateful for the simple things. If you're ever unsure what to be grateful for, focus on the basics. Your senses, your health, your ability to breathe, physical mobility, anything you can think of to be grateful for. Even the smallest things like the food on your plate or a roof over your head can serve as reminders of the abundance in your life. Like affirmations, gratitude is a practice that connects us to our true self. It shifts our focus away from the ego and its desires for more, better, or different, and brings us into alignment with the present moment. The ego thrives on comparison and lack, and scarcity. The ego always feels like something is missing. But when we cultivate gratitude, it helps us move beyond the ego's demands, and it helps us embrace the fullness of what we currently have. Gratitude is rooted in the understanding that we don't need to be more or have more to be content. It's about being present with what is, acknowledging the good around us, and feeling deeply appreciative for what we've been given. This mindset doesn't deny the existence of challenges or pain. We're gonna have bad days. This simply softens the impact, and it reminds us that there is always something to appreciate, no matter how small. Gratitude is more than just an emotion. It's a wellness practice that has far-reaching effects on our mental, emotional, and physical health. The research shows that gratitude improves our mood, increases our resilience to stress, and promotes better relationships. It rewires our brains, and it brings us into the present moment, aligning us with our true self. Incorporating gratitude doesn't require grand gestures either. It's just developing a habit of noticing and appreciating the small moments of goodness, whether the simple pleasure of a good meal to the comfort of a loving friend or family member. By practicing gratitude, we not only improve our own well-being, but also contribute to a more positive and connective world. So take a moment today to reflect on what you're grateful for. Be grateful that you have the capabilities to listen to this podcast. Something that simple, whatever it may be. Or that you can turn this off right now and listen to your favorite song. But it's embracing the present moment and letting gratitude shift your perspective. It's one of the simplest yet most powerful tools we have. And when we combine it with affirmations, it really can help us cultivate a life of contentment and joy based in present moment. Affirmations strengthen our internal sense of worth, while gratitude opens our hearts to the blessings around us. Together, they help us navigate life with greater resilience, peace, and joy. And again, on a difficult day where you're not sure where to start, use the paradigm affirmation. I am beautiful, I am strong, I am worth it, I'm enough. Reconnect with your inner strength. Then make a list of a couple things you're grateful for. This combination helps you stay grounded and focused, even in the face of challenges. And again, it doesn't negate our challenges. It doesn't negate our feelings. If we're having a bad day and that feeling or emotion comes up, we're still feeling it. It just helps prevent us from going down into the depths of despair and overwhelm. As we come to a close today, I want to invite you to try these practices in your own life. Start with a simple affirmation. Start with a moment of gratitude. And notice how these simple acts begin to shift your mindset. To help you get started, go to imperfectionwellness.com and click on free resources, and you can download your free wellness starter kit. There's a free gratitude journal, and there's also a simple guide to wellness, which has simple affirmations and other resources for incorporating gratitude, affirmations, and other wellness practices into your daily routine. And if by chance you'd like to deepen your practice, as always, I talk about considering learning how to meditate. It's a powerful way to support your affirmation and gratitude practices, helping you stay connected to your true self. And you can learn for free. You can self-schedule a session at imperfectionwellness.com. So thank you for joining me today. And as I close out, I just say to remember, you are beautiful, you are strong, you are worth it, and you are enough. Now you just got to say it to yourself. And I am honestly grateful that you were able to listen to this today, and wishing you the best, as always, on your wellness journey. And until next time, have a great day.